cool. Hey guys, my name is Make Something Useful and welcome back to another video. Today is another episode of Make Something Useful Bitches about a game they play for at least 2 hours daily. I'm hypocritical and self-aware. Today we are reviewing the newest Sims 4 expansion pack, Adventure Awaits, whose theme seems to be outdoor activities. Again? Really? Have you learned nothing? Around this pack's release, EA announced a buyout. EA has been purchased by investment firms. Oh no, that never goes well. But it gets worse. It's also now owned by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and Jared Kushner. Oh no, that's real bad. When I said go indie, I did not mean this. We are fucked! I will choose to ignore that my favorite franchise is now owned by one of the most conservative organizations in the world. I will just review this pack on its own merits, but I will link a petition in the description to stop this buyout because the vote only goes through in late 2026. I know it says 2027, but it's weird and I don't care. I just know that's the date. I will also link charities that help LGBTQ people in the US because God, we need it. So sign the petition if you can. Donate. Thank you.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So while I was making this video, The Sims Mobile got shut down. So, back up your saves, I guess. Back to the video. Alright, fine, let's do this.
Whose idea was this?
Create a Sim is fine, it's pretty decent. I don't know what else to say. It's outdoorsy themed and they did a good job. This pack comes with a new trait, competitive, and 2 new aspirations, Critter Hunter and a child one, cool kid on the block.
Michael! Don't leave me here! Michael! Michael!
Pretty decent. It's very cabin in the woods theme. I like it. There are 2 new lot types, playground and custom venue. Custom venues attached to the getaway feature. It works very similarly to small business feature and businesses and hobbies where you set activities, but you set them at individual times, set sim roles like camp or camp counselor. You can set uniforms and set general tasks. Each schedule block has about 2 hours and requires you to set the general task. However, this doesn't really do much aside from the title. Just let me set the title. You also get to set specific tasks for each Sim's role to do with the general time frame. It also comes with some default schedule options like kids camp or various competitions. It felt like this could just be businesses and hobbies and they just shoved it in this one to make more money. This pack comes with a new vintage style video game system like the ones in City Living. It's got vintage style games on it. You can play single player or multiplayer. This pack also comes with an exercise bike. Yay! And a blender. It also comes with a modular kids playground so you can make kids playgrounds more easily. I love this so much. I had so much fun. Fine, EA, you win this one. However, where is the big bucket? If I'm gonna have a kid's play place next to a splash pad, where is my bucket? I was sad there was no giant bucket in Growing Together, so where is my bucket? Especially because this pack came with some water-based activities, a la a diving board and a water slide, and a kayak. It also comes with archery, yay, and a papercraft skill item. Flip mode, it's fine, didn't wow me. Businesses and hobbies plant my beloved, but it was really good.
That's my boy. No, my boy! Father, help!
The world in Gibby Point has 3 regions, Wandering Woods, Crystal Valley, and Jellyfish Junction. Jellyfish Junction is a cute little coastal town and has 4 lots, 1 custom venue, we will get to this later, 1 empty lot, 1 rental lot, not to be confused by residential rentals, which are still broken, and 1 occupied house, occupied by the Perry family. This area has a customizable big map which can be filled by completing different quests, which is cool. The storyteller NPC, Toshi Akamine, hangs out by the map here and gives quests. This neighborhood has 2 invisible rabbit hole shops, the Macon Paper Shop and the Or That Shop. The Wandering Woods has 4 lots as well. Another custom venue, a playground, a new lot type introduced in this pack, a residential lot with trees, and home to the Chaz Ralston family. It is home to a Yellowstone-like area. It's pretty accurate to the actual Yellowstone, which I have been to. If you come to the US, I recommend coming to this park. The National Park Service is the best service the US has, and Yellowstone is so beautiful. My only complaint is, why can you go off the boardwalk? I feel like people who made this have never been to Yellowstone because they are really, really strict about not going off the boardwalk. Even stepping off of them could lead to serious injury or damage the already fragile ecosystem. They really don't want you to do it. So I feel like this was an oversight. You may be saying, but make something useful. It's just fictional. Yeah, it might be, but at the the same time, it's just Yellowstone, which I love, but it's encouraging people to potentially get hurt. Or maybe I'm just too woke. I don't know. I wish it was bigger and more of a spectacle and more like a national park. It is also home to the old Firewatch Tower, which has a hermit park ranger inside of it, which you can call up to. It is also home to the lost adventurer Raheel Kunal. Another NPC who frequents here is the butterfly conservationist Laxmi Kunal, who will also give you quests. It's also got a ranger station. Nigel Chavez Ralston, who lives with the Chavez Ralston family, is also a special NPC, the camp director. Crystal Point contains 4 more lots, 2 empty residentials, a lounge, and is also home to the Adam commune. Wait a minute, that's Skip Broke. Wait, it is. Why is Skip Broke here?
And you're supposed to be dead.
If you didn't know, in The Sims 2, Skip Broke is Brandy Broke's dead husband who died in a tragic pool ladder accident. It's a joke about players killing Sims by removing the ladder, haha funny. But the Brokes are broke, like their last name. Brandy is left with her teenager and toddler son and virtually no money, and she is pregnant. So it's sort of a money challenge for The Sims 2. But why is Skip Broke here in a house with only women? Wait! He's gay? It does say exploring, but that's probably symbolizing him exploring being gay. So this completely changes Skip as a character. He left his wife to go on a dating game show because this is the house where the default romance competition happens. I am getting to it, calm down. And he faked his death to leave her behind to care for his 2 children. How do I feel about this? I don't really care that much about Skip, so whatever, fine. But Skip is a dick now. Do with that what you will. This neighborhood contains a crystal mine with a kid who hangs out and trades his wares if you win his rock, paper, scissors match. His name is Buddy Scoop. You can pan around crystals here in the banks of the water sources. His neighborhood is also home to the peculiar plum bird. Talk about her later. It also has a neon jellyfish lagoon, which is so pretty. This world is phenomenal. It's beautiful and gets the atmosphere correct.
Somebody kill me!
This pack's main feature is the getaways. It has 3 default getaway options: outdoor kids camp, romantic competition, and fitness retreat. Outdoor kids camp is what it sounds like. Practice archery, play in the water, etc. I love this one in particular, just taking my Sims on a trip, the wooded cabins, telling secrets around the campfire. Going to bed in those bunk beds was so perfect and gave me a lot of nostalgia. The romantic competition is where we see the getaway rules come into play. There are various rules you can apply to getaways. Rules like the main activity being shuffled around occasionally to an activity of the same category, making skills easier to gain, relationships being altered easier, or Sims not being affected by romantic boundaries so you could romance whoever you want. There's also elimination rules, which adds a little spice to the getaway system. These entail Sims being kicked out of the getaway each morning depending on the rule, like whoever has the lowest skills, lowest relationships, or I can just choose one. The romantic competition takes place over 2 days at Skip Broke's house for some reason. I don't care if he's just a roommate, this is where he lives, and I know him, so I'm calling it his house. It entails tasks like enjoying the outdoors and mingling. Whoever has the lowest romantic relationship with any of the chosen singles loses. They should have had a no strings attached rule as well because I was playing and it was a large issue. It should also be longer. The getaway rules are a fun add-on. The non-elimination ones, I mean. The elimination one just feels like something that was supposed to be in Love Struck with their game show, but they couldn't finish it. Just feels slightly out of place. The third default option is a fitness retreat, and it's pretty much what you think. You just work out. It's alright. The getaway system is really fun. I've noticed some problems with it, but I generally haven't encountered any notable issues. But it seems very out of place, and it should have been added to the existing vacation system, and should have been in something like Outdoor Retreat, another sad, neglected pack. This pack also comes with 4 new skills: archery, papercraft, diving, and etymology. Archery, diving, and etymology are all mini skills, only going up to level 5. Papercraft is the only skill in this pack that goes up to level 10. Archery is pretty self-explanatory. You gain it by practicing with the target. As you level up, you can challenge other Sims to an archery competition and bowfish. That's pretty much it. Papercraft is gained by crafting with the DIY paper crafting kit. It allows you to craft papercraft animals, plants, masks. Fortune tellers, or cootie catchers as the game calls them, might be a regional thing. I've always called them fortune tellers. Paper airplanes and various origami butterflies. You can wear the masks, throw the paper airplane, and tell fortunes with the cootie catcher. Pretty self-explanatory. Telling Sims fortunes will give Sims various buffs, boosting various things, which is cool. Diving is also pretty self-explanatory. It's gained by the new diving board, which allows you to do fancier and fancier dives and be less likely to fail at said dives as you level up. Etymology has to do with raising butterflies. You can raise a skill by purchasing the Fluttershy Caterpillar Incubator. You can raise an unknown caterpillar at first, but as you discover more about butterflies, you can raise more specific types. Speaking of butterflies, this pack comes with 14 new butterflies and moths to collect. They all require certain objectives and riddles to complete. Some require you to be at a certain festival, or to find a certain location at a certain time of day, and for one, to complete all the little quests for the plum bird. We will get to the quests later. After you collect all the butterflies and moths, you will be able to craft the magic origami butterfly, which I thought was cool. It's actually really fun collecting all of these, and they are pretty. You can buy the Gibby Point butterfly and moth habitat to keep butterflies and moths in. You can also put them in any of the Gibby Point topiaries. These do basically nothing, again, just pretty things to look at, but at least it's kind of fun to collect, right? This pack comes with some fun children's gameplay. Formative moments. There are 50 formative moments. 50 tiny little challenges that did not trigger half the time. I did do 50 of these things, but that's not the pack's fault. That's my fault for being completionist. These formative moments come in the form of challenges that vary from cooking with another adult, sneaking out and causing mischief, interacting with siblings, gaining skills, learning and interacting with animals and pets, collecting different items, becoming best friends with an imaginary friend, etc. These challenges give a variety of effects, from being good at careers to getting a boost of skills. These are really nice options for kids. You can even buy them with aspiration points as an adult, which is nice. In order to trigger one of these, you can click on certain items with this logo and they will pop up as your child does things in the suggested challenges banner in the aspiration panel. The UI is very poorly optimized though. If you have one or two, that's fine, but when you have a lot of them, it gets to be a bit much. It was fun finding all of them. However, sometimes they just don't trigger. It's kind of broken to the point where I had to ask Reddit how to trigger all of them. And all they said was, it's broken! But thank you guys so much for your help. You were genuinely very helpful. Children also have more gameplay in this pack. Imaginary friends. I love that they came back. The imaginary friend was introduced in The Sims 3. Your Sims baby would randomly get a strange doll in the mail that when the toddler aged up into a child, it would come to life and play with the child. No other Sim could see them. You could make them real with a potion you could make. I love the imaginary friends. It fit the fun and whimsy of The Sims. In The Sims 4, you buy them from build mode. You have 4 to choose from: Little Monster, Pretty Pegacorn, Crafty Kid, and Wild Child. All 4 have their own set of personalities, but you can set which one you want if you don't want the default. There are playful, Little Monster, evil, Pretty Pegacorn, creative, Crafty Kid, and competitive, Wild Child. Imaginary friends will come to life when your child gets to a certain friendship level with them. They will be invisible to everyone else but the child sim. They will come out when your child sim is low in social or is feeling bad. The personalities don't really matter except for what formative moment your sim gets from befriending them, except for the evil one. The evil imaginary friend can teach your child's sim to set something ablaze. As a person who loves chaos, this is very welcome. Pretty Pegacorn can also give your Sims the budding evil persona, which allows them to age up with the evil trait. Your Sim can also have their imaginary friend give them a boost, giving them a buff pertaining to their persona. You can also say goodbye forever to them if you have never befriended them as a child upon aging up, and if you befriend your imaginary friend as a child, you can turn them real into a teen. And God, are these Sims pretty, especially Pretty Pegacorn. They will have one randomized trait upon making them real. They will gain a pertaining aspiration to their personality as well. Each imaginary friend has a create a Sim item available only to them when you unlock for everyone upon aging up. Whoever made the Pretty Pegacorn hair needs a raise. It's so beautiful. The imaginary friends are very fun, but I feel like they're out of place here. Formative moments and imaginary friends should have been in Growing Together. Hell, formative moments should have been in the base game. It's just disappointing. There are 2 new aspirations, 1 adult and 1 child. I appreciate there are more aspirations for children. I feel like we should have more in this game. The adult aspiration, Critter Hunter, has to do with butterfly and moth catching. Pretty fun, and for once not a tutorial aspiration, which is nice. The child one, Cool Kid on the Block, has to do with impressing other kids and befriending them. It mostly involves winning competitions, collecting things, and making friends. This one is pretty good, but I don't understand why it just isn't in the base game. I feel like it could be easily converted into a base game aspiration, but whatever, I'm not a Sims dev. There's one new trait, competitive. This trait is so good. It's an actual trait with real gameplay instead of just affecting buffs. Each competitive Sim has a sub-trait on their traits panel that has their competitive spirit. The default is bad, but they have to work their way up to good and excellent. Competitive Sims will get these visual sweat marks on their forehead when they compete in any game. Depending on their competitive spirit, they will react well or badly to losing, and they will brag about winning if they have a bad competitive spirit. In order to raise their spirit, they have to encourage other Sims to have healthy competitive spirit, give competitive spirit tips to other Sims, or successfully contain rage after loss. It's such a good trait, and I wish we had more in-depth traits like this one. And since there's a lot of filler in this pack as well, I feel like they could have added more traits to this one. There's also a career in this pack, Park Worker. It has 2 separate branches, Park Worker and Camp Counselor. This career requires handiness, fitness, charisma, logic, and any outdoor activity skill, gardening, archery, fitness, etc. Daily tasks consist of practicing outdoor activities like practicing archery or kayaking, which was also added in this pack. Other tasks are studying park lore and learning all of the park lore, done by spamming the study park lore interaction at the ranger station in Wanderwood Wilds or on the computer. It refreshes every day, and you can't learn more than 1 piece of lore at a time. They pop up as little blurbs around the park. Nothing special. Nice addition to the career. This career is a bit different schedule-wise. It's every weekend, either every Friday or every Thursday depending on how far you are in the career. Your sim will be gone all weekend, so be prepared that the kids are taken care of. You have more options than typical, and it's kind of fun managing your sim's needs, but it's a bit too hands-on when you have a household you're doing things in. Pretty cool career. That comes with quests you can do around the world. They are gained by talking to the separate special NPCs, the peculiar plumber, the storyteller, the lost adventurer, the camp director, and the butterfly conservationist. These quests will entail things like raising butterflies or moths, finding certain objects in the world, go to a certain spot in the world, talking to Gibby Point locals, the special NPCs, and so on. You have to complete all the adventure quests to complete the interactive max in Jellyfish Junction. You also have to complete all the Plumbird quests to get a certain butterfly. These were quite fun, but I feel like they were just filler again. Speaking of the Plumbirds, you can be romance and you can have babies with them and join their household. They will have a special treat, but it doesn't do anything. No, really, no visual indicator, nothing.
Oh, there is a dead human in our house.
Oh, hey, how did he get here?
I guess it's cool, whatever. She turns into a human the moment she enters your household, and she is also beautiful. The Sims need to stop giving me beautiful women to simp over. She can also get others pregnant, which I find funny. Is she trans? Does that mean the bird is trans? Hell yes. If you add her to your household, another one will just spawn. For some reason, Simmers love having babies with weird NPCs, and honestly, me too, I get it. I was, however, very mad they made Grimm not aromantic and asexual. I like that representation. This pack also comes with more festivals! Yay, great. I hate festivals. It was great when it was new, but now they're just an excuse for the Sims team not to work on anything substantial and add bloat. There are 4 festivals, 2 in Jellyfish Junction, 1 in both Crystal Valley and Wonderwood Wilds. The Fitness Festival takes place in Jellyfish Junction and involves taking spinning classes and an archery competition. The Glow and Flow Festival, which also takes place in Jellyfish Junction, involves going to the bank of the river and watching the water glow and eating jellyfish. You can also catch a special butterfly here. The Round to the Fire Festival takes place in Wandering Wilds and involves hanging out by the campfire and catching an exclusive butterfly. The Sunrise and Sunset Festival, which takes place in Crystal Valley, is the most boring one, with an exclusive butterfly and various games to play. I hate these festivals, they're just annoying.
Shun the non-believer! Shun!
This pack was good. It was good. I wouldn't buy it, but the features are copied from other packs, but it was good on its own. If Outdoor Retreat didn't exist, this would be a pack worth your money, but we don't live in that world, do we? A lot of elements of this pack felt out of place. Formative moments and imaginary friends are basically all the child gameplay that should have gone into growing together, but instead EA is breaking up old content for no reason and charging us money for it. This stuff should not be here. I did notice this pack breaking on me a lot as well. Sometimes imaginary friends would just go back to not own and would disappear from my Sims relationship panel after a while. This pack is just Outdoor Retreat, but better and with some content that should have been in growing together slapped on. It's dumb. I'm tired of this. But that's all for me. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe and subscribe to my Patreon. Really helps out a ton. My pilot for my cartoon Zex Hex is out now. It's a queer villain cartoon, so if you want to support that, it's on my channel. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Really helps me out a ton, and bye!
Carl, that kills people!
Wow, I didn't know that.
How could you not know that?
Yeah, I'm in the wrong here. I suck.